It has been such a long time, but it is a pleasure to see everybody tonight, and I hope you all are doing well. We are back with the SEL. My name is DJ TJ. That has not changed, and I will be your host for this year. But today, a feisty Taquito joins me. Taquito, how are we doing tonight?
Man, it was a long work day. I was kind of panicking because I wasn't sure if I was going to get here on the time that we needed to, but we made it, baby. We made it for day one, week one of SEL. And you are absolutely right, man. We are so back, and it'll be my first time ever on the show with you, so I'm very, very happy about it.
Yeah, we are thrilled to have you, as last year was kind of a mess per se in the nicest way possible, because it was Bepic and Foof, and then I came in as a fill, and then I became a current caster, and then Bepic had to step back. Foof obviously got married, so he's had his own life to get to, and so that left me with the keys to the city. So I'm not complaining, and I get to kind of have like a guest of the week almost at this point. I know that for those of you familiar with last season, Dronus will be a familiar face that you're going to see down the road. And Taquito, this is not going to be your only show here on the SCL from what I saw at least. So we are very glad to have you. But without a further ado, Taquito, you are new to the SCL. And so I think we have to give a brief overview of what has happened this year. So very quickly, before we look at the tiers, because that's a whole thing in itself. We have two tiers. And that's the first thing
Yeah.
I'm going to start with. We have a tier one, we have a tier two. The top 16 teams out of a 64 team qualifier all survived and are now divided into two pools within tier one. And Taquito, you actually got to cast some of that. You actually casted the UGA run. And what was your opinions on that format?
Whew. Let's talk about heartache, number one. Let's start with heartache, adrenaline, uh, shocking, to say the least. Shout out Mirrored. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I,
shout out Super Sub Mirrored.
yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry we're bringing it back up again. Got kind of clapped at the qualifier. It is what it is, bud. But UGA survived and they went all the way through. It was a very long night for everybody involved, and I remember you guys got out at midnight. I got out at 11 p.m. that night. So yeah, that was my introduction to SEL in the most welcoming fashion, is what I'll say.
Yeah, 64 teams. And also, the whole SCL border control gig, it's up. There's no more limitations on who and what school and what program and what players can play in the SEL. And so, whenever I show you what tier one looks like, it's going to look very, very different than what you saw last year and what you saw at LAN. And so, you know what? Without further ado, let's actually take a look at tier one. So, these right here, whenever they come up on your screens, are going to be the top 16 schools who made it through that mess of a qualifier. And this is the order they were drafted in, not the order that they are seeded. Taquito, who's some of your favorites on this list?
Oh man. I mean, I gotta start with pool one FIU, dude. I
Yeah.
gotta start with Florida International. Or yeah, just I wow. What a squad. I mean, like the first three are just crazy. First four. I'm actually looking now and seeing UTK. Pool one has four of the most insane rosters right there. Shout out Hammy Crackers on my fantasy in another league. So gotta shout out Florida. And I mean, ODU, wow, Old Dominion, top six. That's amazing. Over in pool two, you guys got Bruton Parker. You got JMU. I know. Hey, look at down there, number eight. Who's down there at number eight, holding down the bottom part of the bracket? Who is that?
Yeah,
I
I had to
recognize that team.
clarify. I had to clarify it wasn't in any order, because hopefully UGA does not finish as the absolute dead last of tier one. I hope so. But yeah, there was a lot of opinions about this group, about pool one and pool two. In my opinion, and in Bepic's opinion, and I think in mostly everybody's opinion, pool two is a very, very rough pool,
Oh
because
yeah.
in terms of sleeper teams, I have like UTK White is a major sleeper, Alabama a major sleeper, and no hate to teams like ODU, NKU, and Clemson, but that is also an NKU without Toasty, a Clemson that had to beat its own B team twice to make it to that tier. And so obviously we're not on fraud watch just yet. We're basically in the preseason, so I'm not going to call anybody out just yet, but we're going to see some action today, and we actually are which we'll get to this in a little bit. But our first match of the day is going to be from Pool 1, and I am very, very excited to see Zernite and the FIU boys on stream. But before we get to that, we now get to see the rest of the mess, and we can take a look at Tier 2, which you'll see there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of letters, and there's a lot of pools. We're looking at 6 here, Taquito.
Oh my lord. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. There's so many teams.
What sticks out to you? Just taking the first glance, what sticks out to you?
Whew. 6 pools. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
I see FAU. FAU
Yep.
down there in pool 6, like that over there. Huntington down there in pool 5. Shout out Bepic.
Yep.
One of the coaches over there.
You got one more that you see?
Oh yeah, right.
Because they're not in any order. They're not in any order. So
no,
they're
I
hard to
know.
spot.
I'm looking at so much. There's like 7 teams for 4 schools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
we got so many B teams, C teams for schools, but I'm here for it. Like Kennesaw State, there's what, 3 teams? Yeah, B, C, and D. And then we've got 2 teams for Arkansas, it looks like, 3 teams for Alabama, 2 teams for Auburn, 4 teams for UTK, including Tier 1. It's crazy, dude. We're just letting everybody play Rocket League, huh?
Well, and that's what the SCL is about. It's been about community. And so I'm glad that we kind of ditched the whole limitation in terms of skill levels and amount of teams and all that stuff, because I do really love seeing schools with depth like Kentucky, like UTK. I mean, shoot, if you go look at qualifiers, I think USC had a F team. Who the heck
Huh?
has a F team?
They got so many players, they got an F team?
I think they had E or F. It was ridiculous. But now I'm gonna take my little quote unquote expert opinion here, and I'm gonna direct everybody's attention to Pool 3. So almost unanimously, the best team in this entire tier is Buds at GSU, because they
Yeah.
had an extremely close series. Whenever they played, I believe they played James Madison in the uppers qualification match, and they lost in
Mhm.
5. And
Mhm.
then they came down, and then they got upset by UGA in 4. So that is a team that I think just on the day wasn't playing at the level that they will be playing at for the rest of the season. And their revenge tour was hopefully going to start today. Unfortunately, we do not get to see their match due to timing issues, but they were on my short list of games I want to see. So hopefully we'll see them in the future. But also under GSU, this is what many of us have called the group of death, because you look at Oklahoma, you look at Jacksonville State, you look at Auburn. In my opinion, those are all 3 schools who we could see a full tiebreaker for, Taquito.
Yeah. Easily, brother. Easily. And what's funny is I'm gonna give y'all just a little bit of insight here. This is a little insider knowledge, if you will. This might be hot, fresh out the oven. Buddy at Worlds said that group was free.
I'm gonna be honest. It is. It is
He
for
said
them.
it was free. So,
It is
so,
for
so,
them.
so here's what I'm gonna say, everybody in Pool 3, if you're watching, anybody in Pool 3, if you're watching, we gotta put a bounty on Buddy's head. You know what I'm saying? You can't let Buddy say that's free. You gotta give him a run for his money.
He loves playing that villain role, and
Absolutely.
I'm very excited because of all the teams that I'm picking to go under GSU in that pool. Jacksonville State and Oklahoma, I think, beat out Auburn, but it's a matter of which team is going to battle through. I believe both of them have had roster changes. Maybe not Jacksonville State, but I believe Oklahoma has. I would love to see what those guys have to say in terms of the GSU's comments. But anyways, we'll make a few more notes here because I don't want to waste too much time because we do have a game to get to. Pool 6, FAU.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love those boys. Love those guys. They are extremely talented. And it looks like, oh, sorry, I'm also getting messages from the other group as well. I believe we're going to have to switch the server. So we'll get that figured out, which gives us more time to talk about what's been going on in Pool 2. So let's continue. So FAU holding it down there in Pool 6, but also Full Sail had quite the run. And I believe they actually made it to qualification match against Houston. So that's a team that last year kind of was talked about as a team that seemed to always struggle, a team that I think only got 1 or 2 wins in total. And so for them to turn it around completely and to end up not only in Pool 6 battling out a team like FAU, but also to have a reputation to defend as well, I'm very excited to see what they have to offer this year.
Man, I am too. Like I said, I mean, noticing obviously GSU in Pool 3, and I think you and I can both say in this qualifier is that them ending up in tier 2 seems a little odd. But seeing FAU and GSU down here, it is crazy how I definitely feel like these guys will pull forward. And then I just now looked over at pool 5 and FSU is down here as well.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
lord.
well, wait a minute. It's a brand new FSU. It's an
That's
FSU
right.
that
That's
it's an
right.
FSU that I think went 1-2. So FSU had some Hall of Famers put in this year, and now you're looking at a completely different roster. And I hope that they carry on the legacy of Trix, Fries, and Luigi well, because they
Same.
have a pretty tough route ahead of them. But okay, without further ado, let's actually talk about what's at stake tonight. So we are finally here. We're finally ready to kick off the beginning of the season, and we get FIU and USCA. Taquito, give me your general thoughts here on this series, because I know which way I want to go, but my heart wants to pull for a tough series.
I agree. I definitely want a tough series out of this, but these two teams, I mean, let's call it what it is. They're kind of stacked. Og and Cats
Welcome to
over
tier
at,
1.
yeah, Og and Cats over at USC. Now, I saw Turnip for the qualifier. I actually did not see SJT. I think SJT had some internet issues for the qualifier. But I also got to see a couple of other matches featuring FIU with the new addition of Zernite and brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's a scary team. That's
Zernite
a scary
has
team.
been around the block, and Zernite is not here to play games. And
No.
I don't think they've played USC before, ever. And also, this is a USC that I think a lot of teams kind of scoffed at last year. But with the removal of Solar and the addition of SJT, this team and their peaks have only seemed to get better. So, you know what, Taquito? I don't think it's time to waste any more time. I think that we might as well actually see some Rocket League tonight, and I think that we might be ready to get this show on the road.
I mean, I'm ready when you are, brother. It looks like these teams are trying to get ready as fast as they possibly can, too. Cats is raring and ready to go. We've got to get this show on the road, man. It's about to be FIU. Cats taking on a team with a player named Cats in the USC squad. I mean, right now, as we all hit the pitch, DJ TJ, I need a prediction. Game.
Well,
series
we're going to get there
winner.
Because without further ado, we're going to hit that after game 1 because we are finally here. The clock is reset to 5 for the first time. Welcome to the next season of the Southeastern Esports League, and we'll see if FIU, which now that you bring it up, that is my pick for this match, and I hope to see them score a quick one here.
Oh man, you stole my gig. I won the FIU pick, but just because I want to be split here and I want to make it a fun show, I'll take USC. I'll be the guy who takes this squad because I've seen them play. They played with their sub, so I'm excited to see SJT for my first time in this SEL season. And obviously off to a great start. It's been about 30 seconds of back and forth possession. You can obviously tell both teams are looking for that breakaway play. They're wasting a lot of their boost on the pitch. They're trying to find out what holes they can poke through the defense, but we're seeing a lot of midfield exchange between these two as the first kind of minute passes here at our hands.
I'm a massive fan of the way this USC team has looked, because they have looked extremely dangerous. I think the problem last year was chemistry and also performance. And we're going to talk about this with ETSU later, but hold the phone because Zernite, the man of FIU's match, will kick us off.
Look at this touch, too. Expert. Absolutely expert. Forces that defender to actually bite on the challenge. You don't know if it's going to catch the top of his car and have that nice bounce up. So, of course, you're trying to cover high where a lot of space is above you. And instead, Zernite's like, I'm just going to put this to bed right there in the corner. FIU opening us up here in game number 1. And that is going to force UFC to have to, or UFC, look at me, USC. Yeah, the fight, the MMA. It's going to force the MMA to get out here on the pitch and fight for their lives on the side of red right now as they got to get this goal back.
Oh, and look at Odeko! FIU taking a quick 2-0 lead off of a great pass from, of course, who better than the guy to watch all night, Zernite once again feeding a teammate.
Good Lord, man. Good Lord. Brother got involved in goal number 1, gets involved in goal number 2, so I guess Zernite is doing everything at this point. So, Right, a good demo off the kickoff there. Odeko going for a nice carry, looking for one more touch, trying to lay it down. Unfortunately, can't find Zernite in the mid. And this kind of leaves USC in an awkward position. This is not the offense I'm used to seeing them have. I don't know about you, but I'm used to seeing a kind of a high-powered offense over on the Gamecocks.
I mean, I got bad news for you, Taquito. That's the exact problem that I have with this USC team, is that even with Og and Cats being two consistent players from last year, they always seem to struggle finding these breakout games, these breakout moments, whether it was on LAN, whether it was in the SEL. They never really found the opportunities to excel. And with SJT, and especially in the qualifiers and also in the surrounding leagues in the nation, they've looked much more competent and much more controlled as a unit, but they have yet to play a team like FIU, which I'm glad chat brought this up. Odeko is a rookie, so it's SJT versus Odeko, but here comes another veteran, No Grab, making it 3-0.
I just want to bring up that that's all three players now, TJ.
Yeah.
That's all three players who have gotten involved on the pitch in these 3 goals. We are 2 seconds away from halftime, and unfortunately, it's been crickets on the side of USC. And like I said, I'll make the point again, that's strange. So obviously, to your point, they haven't come up against a squad like USC. And hearing the fact that they've got a rookie on the pitch with them in Odeko, rocking the game with them, that is nothing short of impressive. Great save from Cats. This is an opportunity for transition, but that possession goes immediately awry as they're still in their half. FIU is relentless.
SJT, the rookie, trying to find Og over the middle, but it's going to leave Cats by himself. That's the role that he's used to filling. Cats, a very experienced coach, a very great mental addition, a very great veteran in the Rocket League community at this level. He's exactly who you want on that back line, and especially when you don't have to have somebody as talented as Og holding down your entire defensive line, it only opens up the opportunities. But speaking of opportunities, No Grab with a reset, trying to make something happen. It's going to give Odeko a chance to stall out the play, but he gives away possession for now.
Finally, we see a chance in the blue. Oh, what a pinch. Could be an opportunity. Og gets dusted right there, leaves Cats again, like you said, in the back, playing that staunch defender, trying to at least leave the goal not completely open, but that ball gets saved away by the crossbar. Doing a little work there, the woodwork, trying to make sure to keep USC only giving up 3 goals in that demo. And passing play that we just saw attempt to come to life was about probably the only good look we're going to see for the Gamecocks right now.
Well, and who knows what these teams are doing in terms of scrims or any sort of warm-up, but they might not need it as Og, though. A player that you would think is a surefire first goal scorer for this USC squad, but that one will fall away. And unfortunately, Taquito, it looks like that this might just be the result we're stuck with here in Game 1, as SJT shot is close, or his shot is not close enough.
No, it might just be all we see. Og trying to keep it alive. Unfortunately, doesn't get the best touch. Cats, no boost. Looking for SJT to help. Can we see another one here? That's a great touch, but it's just going to be too high, and it doesn't matter. Odeko's going to take possession off the back wall. It doesn't go far enough, but at least back to the mid where they seem to live. This FIU squad has done nothing but pelt and pester this USC team all Game 1, so much so to the point they have completely shut them down.
As the clock hits 0, Og's shot will go on the ground, and USC will start their season scoreless here in Game 1. And unfortunately, if you're in Tier 1, you're aware that you're a high-level team, but are you at the highest level? And FIU showing the difference in this first game, but I am intrigued to see what USC pulls out. No Grab looks like he's switching cars, which isn't really a big deal, but the fact that they're confident enough to really just not be concerned, and also they're just relaxed. I haven't seen them have any problems at all, and so they looked great. And for the new viewers who come in, hello, I'm your host, DJ TJ, and with me is, of course, Taquito. Taquito, what were your thoughts on Game 1?
We got to see more offense from USC. And again, like we're talking about a squad that is unbelievably aggressive on offense. This FIU squad is completely different from the one I saw last season. So something's got to change. Maybe some slow possession plays, a strong like transition from the back wall towards offense could be something. Maybe get a little more aggressive, bump off the ball when they hold possession. I mean, anything they can get to get FIU away from the ball is the best thing that I can offer.
Yeah, I think to throw some more specific analysis, we have to see better congealment from the entire USC side. The chemistry has been lacking. I'm seeing way too many solo plays, and FIU, they've had some really, really open opportunities. So there's only so many times you can mess up on both sides of the ball before you might find yourselves down 0-2. Let's get to game 2 here.
5 minutes on the clock. We're back at it again. Maybe we do see something different. It's a good start here. SJT gets one good look towards the net. Unfortunately, will not be able to capitalize on the shot. Zerdite now against Og, who does knock that one away. Could have a transition opportunity here. It starts kind of well, but unfortunately, it's not exactly what I was looking for. However, they still hold a little bit of the momentum as we kick off the first 30 seconds.
Well, we will continue on here. It has been a better start for USC, but once again, I'm still seeing just these solo plays as Og's going to throw this away, and look who's already ready. It's an FIU player, the rookie, Odeko, off the corner, not able to find another touch. This ball will go all the way back to the FIU half. We'll see No Grab trying to beat SJT. The rookie making a play of his own, but he's going to give the ball to Zernite, who's not only over 1, he's over 2. Odeko looking to dunk the veteran, but now it's a full 3-man push for USC out of their defensive line, and somehow, someway, they are not punished for it.
No boost. TJ, I'll tell you right now, no boost on that push. Cats did well to defend it, but unfortunately had no way to actually put enough sauce on it to get a nice position. Moving into attack, there's a nice throw, but it still, Og gets 2 chances, a third by Cats, a fourth by SJT, and the Gamecocks can't score a shot.
This is the same issue that I am very scared for if I'm a USC fan, is that when this team does show flashes, normally they are extremely consistent and they don't tend to miss opportunities or struggle. But not only do you have to combat that, but you've got to tighten up on defense. So it looks like so far they've at least gotten one of those parts down, as Cats 50 is going to give SJT a chance, but a possession is thrown away. So now here comes the rookie, Odeko. Not able to do too much. SJT shot off the backboard. Not going to really do much. Zernite misses though. But again, USC, lack of pressure. No grab. Looking to push his pressure on though. And now Cats off the sidewall. A little bit of ping pong here in the midfield. Just teams waiting for a sliver of a chance to find an opportunity.
Oh, SJT overjumped the ball there. Could have had one. Odeko back down to no grab. That demo was great by Zernite, but Og was not the player you needed to worry about. You had to worry about someone close to the mid. Cats gets deleted as well. It's Og. No boost. Need to play defender. Does so well. But hey, let's bring something to everyone's attention, TJ.
Uh-oh!
Never mind. Let's not. Let's talk about the fact that No Grab has actually put the first goal in just before halftime.
Yeah, the only thing that you need to be attentive of is that FIU is simply one of those teams in the SEL, and they're going to continue to show everybody as now they have scored 4 straight to USC's scoreless game and a half so far.
So what you're telling me is he's inevitable. You're telling me FIU is inevitable is what I'm hearing.
Zernite and Thanos rhyme in some language, I'm sure. And now Og's got an open net though, but wait a minute! We're tied just like that! And USC finds their first goal of the season off a great play from their, arguably their mechanical leader, their mechanical captain, whatever you want to call him. Og finds the back of the net, as he tends to do.
Zernite was just relieved of his position. Not demoed.
Whoa!
Completely taken away. Oh, SJT. Oh, no. And it's just nothing but calamity on kickoff. I guess a fake in the comms. Yeah. No grab. Just bumps right into SJT after nailing the wall and pogoing off of it. They're up by 1 shortly after USC is able to tie the game. What's happening?
Well, some things never change, and the SEL always provides some embarrassing and some just absolutely odd moments. And so unfortunately, it's got to happen to somebody, and it almost happens to FIU, but I'm surprised that led an FIU goal, and that's a massive change of pace in this series so far, as FIU holding on to the lead and still 2 minutes left, so there's some room for action for USC, but FIU holding possession really well so far.
Absolutely. Get back to the mid. Zernite looking for a double out of the corner. SJT is able to interrupt it for the time being. Cats, about 40 in the tank right there. Uses it all to put it in the blue. SJT, an opportunity, good pre-flip. There could be a double, but no one jumps. And I get it. There was 2 defenders laying down right there at the goal line to play defender. But unfortunately, you got to put a hand up. You got to go. You got to pressure your opponent, or else you're showing too much respect. And they know they can get away with just about everything.
USC still looking to shake off some of that panic that they showed in game 1. But now look at Zernite, the one-man wrecking crew. Well, he's gonna let no grab be that, but that demo won't come through. But SJT, he may be from the B team, but he's an A-lister here in game 2.
We got the rookies showing out now, TJ, don't we? Look at this. We got Odeko popping off, SJT's popping off.
Violence here, Taquito. What is happening?
Well, you got to be the new kid on the block. You're not going to be the one who gets picked on, am I right?
Well, somebody's gonna have to, because they can't both win. And now Og, a name that we're very familiar with, trying to give the rookie some space in the midfield. SJT gonna try and find Cats in the middle, but Cats will take his sweet time. USC, when they're starting to find possession, they've looked really talented, and SJT with absolutely no boost, he got it stolen, and Zernite steals the hearts of USC fans with a ideal winning goal. I don't want to get ahead of myself now, but what a shot here from Zernite.
I think SJT slightly helped out there. I don't know if you saw that flip at the goal line. It might have ended up being an own goal, but that's besides the point. FIU is narrowly holding on to this lead, and I think that's the big thing that we need to talk about here. This is a different USC squad here in game number 2. They've kind of put it together, and I like to see that. Something else, I guess, needs to be added to the toolkit here is you got to be more physically aggressive, bump them off the ball, take away their possession, stop letting this team shoot on you, or they're going to continue to score as they have done through 2 different games.
One thing that I've seen, or that I have not seen actually, is demos. Where are the bumps? Where are the demos? We've seen 1 goal off a bump, and these are teams that are mechanical enough that with an extra bump or 2, they can make some magic happen. In USC, they need something, anything. 3 seconds left. Odeko looking to drop it down. He might have owned gold, but he'll make up for it with complete control as the ball hits the ground, and FIU goes up 2-0.
It's tough to see, man. It's tough to see. By the way, FIU's the Panthers, yes?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I just want to be sure I got the mascot right. I've been questioning that through 2 games, and I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I'm glad I got it right. 2-0 here for the Panthers versus the Gamecocks, proving that I guess if you're an apex predator in the wild on the side of blue, you're going to win, because they barely bullied their way through game 2. We saw goals. We've seen life on the side of USC. Can we see a little bit more in this game 3? This is possibly the last chance of this series for the Gamecocks to bring it back to life.
You know, you can have the mascot puns because it's week 1 and casting a USC roster. I think I'm going to stay away from the animal puns, given reasons for the stream and the health of it. So we're going to stay away from that, at least on my end. But what we're not going to stay away from is game 3. FIU have had a very firm grasp on things so far, not struggling, really not looking like a concerning team at all. As USC, they had their warm-up game. They had their flaws in game 1. But right now, you kick off your season, your first game of the school year, of the entire SEL season, your backs are against the wall. So as we enter Driftwoods, who's going to come out victorious here?
I mean, I'm praying for the USC squad. They get 1 and give the series something to talk about. Because right now, truly, all we've talked about is FIU through 2 different games. 1 goal difference in game 2. It was a 3-0 shutout. Okay, go ahead and call it 1 in the first 15 seconds of the rookie Odeko.
Odeko, I'm just not sure. Like, it's a great shot, do not get me wrong, but USC just continue to look so jumbled. I don't know what other words to really throw their way, because on defense, they just have not looked great. As now, Odeko, he's going to find grab. This might be another opportunity, but the redirect will not land. And now it's a what in the world happened? Og and SJT were both bumped or up at the same time. That was supposed to be a 2-man advantage for USC, but instead, FIU not concerned. Cats might have a chance to get a 50 here, though. He'll find it up the corner. Is there a shot? The rookie Odeko. His name is called. The lights are bright, and this map may be dark, but he's shining.
Absolutely. Odeko truly has shined this entire series, if we're going to be honest. And you would think with the mainstay Zernite being added here, that's the player we'd be talking the most about, but I think we've seen a rookie just play a little bit better on one side at least. I mean, SJT has put up a couple hands and that made some wonderful plays in game number 2. We need to see more. It's been a minute. They've got to try to put one on the board. Almost does, but unfortunately, I think SJT was a little discombobulated out there in the mid.
Yeah, unfortunately for USC, I believe that Nograb and Zernite together might just combine for more than what Og and Cats can do.
Oh.
What a save! SJT, does he have more? Backboard double catch shot on net. USC is here to play. Tie game.
Finally, we see tons of life. Look at that offensive play. That right there is the best 3-man play we've seen from USC this entire series. We've got to see more than that, guys. That was absolutely wonderful. SJT's going for another right off kickoff, almost gets it, but Odeko, the rookie on the other side, says not today and not in my house.
JT is dunked. This could be an open net, but Cats is back. USC, it looks like they're starting to pick up these rotations. I can't tell if they're simply being quicker and a little bit more aggressive or if they're just cutting them short. But either way, whatever the change is, it's starting to work. But also the mechanical prowess out of the midfield has looked better, and it's also looking good for FIU. Nograb manages to get his way past 2. That's a very awkward touch. SJT is nowhere near the net, but he comes out from back post and is uncontested. So now Zernite's touch. Is there a player? Nograb. He's over 1. Nograb leaving the net open for Zernite, but Zernite's shot is off. A shocking miss for FIU.
And that was unbelievably wide open right there. That was a great challenge in the mid. Nograb slow playing this with possession off the back wall. Over 1. Has another touch. Zernite to follow. Og with little to no boost. Gets it away, but there's a third, guys. You got one more player to worry about. And unfortunately, USC did not have that third to rotate in. Up by 1, they go again. FIU takes the lead.
It's the addition of the new rookie. You have your veteran Og and your rookie SJT, and that is just a double commit that cannot happen at all. And we have seen a lot from both rookies today, and that one, it hurts to watch. But Nograb, what is he doing? The veteran might just give an open opportunity for USC, but he'll double it, and he'll try and keep the play together. So now Nograb, he'll continue, but Cats gets a dunk. Is there going to be a cut from SJT? Yes, there is, but he has no boost, and he finds a touch middle. It will be 50. Is Og there to beat Zernite? You better believe it, but Zernite, a great 50 by him. So now Cats is up next. Cats had a net to shoot at. Nograb was nowhere close, but unfortunately, not be an attempt at the net. At USC, they have time. They're in no rush, and they're looking to find a pass play. That bump will not come through. Nograb's got a 1v1. He decides to go bottom left, and Cats somehow not ready for it. A massive potential dagger here.
Why do you not just stop? Why don't you go goal line? TJ, help me. Why do you not do that?
Hindsight is 20/20, and game is game. And regardless of how you look at it, it's a 2-goal lead for FIU. And I've got to be honest, the way this game's been going, no matter how you look at that play, they deserve it. SJT, though, is going to try and rewrite the script, as USC has done a really good job of doing that all year. They've played in CCS. They've done well. I believe they're playing either NACE or NECC. I have yet to see them be flustered in that league. And now in SEL, they've got to keep the story going. And one page in that book, you know it's got Og's name on it. And he's probably in multiple chapters. A great shot from him.
Look, I'm saying if the dagger is entered, USC is King Arthur trying to pull it out right now. They've got 3-2, the lead cut by half. Can they at least tie this game? Again, last possible opportunity here for these guys to keep the series alive. It's a best of 5, and we're looking at down the barrel of a sweep, but it's still possible, still plenty of time on the clock here. SJT can't go, would have gotten beat, needs a flick, gets dunked by Zernite, but that's all of Zernite's boost. And that's not going to be a powerful possession going towards the net until they flounder right there at the goal line. The worst possible time to get a questionable possession. This could not be there.
No!
Why?
No!
Why?
Once again, welcome to the SCL. It's week 1. It's the 3rd game of the season. But what more could you expect from this league? Taquito, we are somehow tied.
You know what? I love this game. I do, TJ. I absolutely love this game. Almost gets another one there. You are right. This is the SEL. We're seeing some absolute spaghetti on the pitch, and I'll take it. Katz is the only defender. Does get up, gets it away. We got 30 seconds on the clock, TJ. 30 seconds and an open net.
No.
Did USC just take the lead for the first time, legitimately, in this series?
If USC finds this game, highway robbery is a nice way to put it. How in the world has USC found 2 goals here? What a mess!
But now 30 seconds left. FIU not in a position of pain if they do lose this game. They do have the lead, and SJT grabs that mid boost like you mentioned, and so for now, it's going to put FIU in an awkward spot. That's the rookie making an awkward mistake. SJT going to punish. Not strong enough, though, and Katz just trying to keep the pressure on. Zernite looking for a bump. No grab goes one way, cuts the next. Odeko, the rookie, backboard. Zernite, what a save from Katz to push it out. 3 seconds left. No grab's got the ball. Og will pinch it down. It's still up. Grab, looking for Odeko. Odeko, is he gonna make a play? The rookie looking over one. He beats SJT, and Og will stay on that ball. But wait a minute, we are not done. Katz faking. That ball will finally be grounded. How in the world has South Carolina found that one?
Charity. That is the best way I'm going to describe this game number 3. That was charity. A gift from FIU received by USC. Do not take that gift lightly, my friends. You got a chance at game number 4. We could see game number 5. If you do not return the favor to the viewers by giving us a full series, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, but I'm not going to feel very good.
Something about a reverse sweep in the first game of SEL just feels right. It just feels like it's the time for it. But FIU and the FIU fans in chat, they don't want to see it. But what we are going to see as we load into Forbidden Temple is USC on the line. They may have been gifted a game, and every game does count. Game differential does matter. But you've got to try and pull out a win where you can. And if they can push this 1-5, I think all signs point to South Carolina. Let's see what Game 4 has got in store.
Do we want the signs to point to South Carolina, TJ? Or do we just want some solid Rocket League, man? At this point, I don't know what we're wishing for, but FIU's got to look a lot better than they did in that Game 3 right there. That was bad.
Oh.
But it can get a lot better until they both whip at the same time. Had another open net to shoot on. Zernite and the rookie Odeko both missing their opportunity, but we've got a full tank of boost in Zernite. Net to shoot on. 2 defenders. Almost gets it through. Big demo for Katz on Odeko, meaning no pass moving forward. We've got the transition. Double off the SJT misses. On goes. No one, again, can find the net. And for the first almost minute here in game number 1, it's nothing but action.
USC are finally starting to find their rhythm. Now, granted, maybe we shouldn't be here, and you can speculate what you want about this match, but this is a USC roster that is not the same as it was last spring, and they're starting to show signs of that. Now, Og trying to lead the way. He'll get no grab faked out, so no grab will have to drop to Zernite. Zernite got 1. He's got a 2nd. He's got a 3rd. Og backflips, and Odeko, can he find a shot? This one high and not on net. And Og will push it away. No grab, reset. He's not going to redirect. He'll save it for the landing, as that was a great play from him. Odeko by himself. Og beats 1. That's a terrible bounce. SJT with like 20 boosts. He gets 1 touch and he has to give it away. Katz, he dives. Zernite trying to find something. Odeko, no boost. He's around 1. Can he find a pitch middle? He will not. Now we're finally starting to see some Rocket League, Taquito.
This is an insane back and forth. This right here, if this doesn't have your heart beating like crazy, there's been several opportunities for either team to at least open the floodgates of scoring, yet they haven't. That's a double commit you don't want to have. Low boost on 2 members at the net
Oh.
of USC.
Oh.
SJT is very awkward. Zernite can't get it. Odeko can't get it. But they know they can't get countered here. They have the chance to reset. They hold the momentum. They hold the pace. And Zernite almost does what we thought was going to happen. But still, we remain scoreless. Until then, it had to be the return of the king.
There's only so many times that FIU can mess up a double, mess up a shot, and this time, Og on the back line, not expecting the miss from Cats, I believe, and it's a kind of a give-me for a player like Zernite. It is 1-0 FAU here in Game 4. USC, the burners are on.
They've got to be on, man. They've got to be firing on all cylinders. Just past halftime, SJT down to into the corner, almost gets a shot. Cats, no boost, trying to find possession, can't. They've got to reset and regain here, but that approaching Panthers offense is still so terrifying in this moment. You can feel the pressure in the play from USC. They get it saved away. Odeko now, opportunity. Rookie on rookie violence could have happened there, but Odeko goes to the side.
Og has enough boost to make a play happen. This one's going to bounce favorably if Cats can read it, but he can't. SJT is on. Zernite touches Og, has full boost. He's got one. He's got one under reset. That is what you expect from arguably one of the best here in the SCL. What a clutch goal to tie things up.
The delayed flip reset by Og on that play right there. The momentum has slopped, my friend. It is now over on USC, and they've got to work a miracle with this power in their hands. But it starts off on the wrong foot. 2 beat no one home on the side of USC, but they get a full tank of boost in SJT. The rookie is going to try to cook like Og. Unfortunately, it bounces favorably there. Cats has a shot top corner. It gets knocked away. Odeko now looking for possession out of the corner. Og over 1, has to beat 2, can't beat Zernite. They're still attacking. Shot goes toward the net, but it's not good enough, and it's saved away.
USC has to be careful with the amount that they're diving, as there goes another player. I believe that's going to be Cats who dove, and now Og luckily has enough boost to make something happen, but it might not be enough. Zernite's floater will not find the backboard or the back of the net. SJT looks for Cats. Is Cats going to leave it? Yes, he will. SJT, the rookie, looking to dunk Zernite. A great play. Does he have a bump? No grab, no boost. He somehow is alive. Cats with no boost as well. It's a chaos corner. Somehow Cats finds a pinch.
Oh, no.
Triple come in. Oh, no. USC goes up 1.
Okay, hang on. I got to shout out whoever said it in chat, because Og is arguably the best. Okay? That was a great pun. You deserve every bit of that.
All right, On.
Yeah, they deserve every bit of that. That was an excellent pun. Got to shout it out live on the stream. But right now they're up by 1. Can they do it? Can they hold on to this lead? Where was that flip reset from Zernite?
What a
Did
touch
he just
for
hold on to
SJT.
it?
Okay, we're going to get away from the puns because we got 30 seconds left between a potential Game 5. Zernite, though, he's sick and tired of it. Thanks for a teammate. I believe he didn't have enough boost to reach it. SJT trying to find a sort of dagger, looking top bends. Another major double commit, and Og, that's his 3rd. He has punished FIU for every little error, and I think we're going to 5.
You think, brother? Name at least 2 instances with 15 seconds you've seen a team come back outside of that one Sam debacle.
Watch this kickoff.
Watch this kickoff.
Okay, no fake. I was expecting an FIU play there, but it looks like that they're not too concerned about the kickoff, but that's so much time wasted. A player dies. Zernite is dunked, and you know what? USC may be thanking the North Star that they're even in Game 4, but oh, did they deserve to be. We are on reverse sweep alert here in game number 1.
What is this, bro?
Welcome to the SCL, Taquito. It's your first time. You new around here?
Yeah, this is my first rodeo at this point. Are you kidding me? We open up Series 1. It's so one-sided, TJ. I think no one would argue that point. That the first pretty much 2 games and then 4 minutes of the third was completely on the side of FIU. And then all of a sudden, USC has reared their ugly head in this series, and they are like, it's not going to be that easy, guys. And here we are at Champions Field, trying to figure out who's really got the sauce. Who's got the ice? Is it going to be USC or is it going to be FIU? Which rookie is better this time around?
If you asked me 3 months ago, I would say FIU without a single bit of hesitation. But this is a brand new year. It's a brand new game, and it's Champions Field in our very first broadcast, in our very first series. If you're new to the SEL, I hope you booked a long hotel stay because we are going to be here for at least 5 more minutes. And USC, a team with all the momentum, almost strikes first.
Beautiful save by Odeko. No grab now. Is going to have to choose his battles wisely out of the corner there. And I like the fact that he left it over to a teammate. Zernite has a nice carry down the pitch. Unfortunately, no boost to keep it going. That's SJT. What are you doing up there? Odeko with an amazing save, but they almost got cherry-picked for goal number 1.
One thing that you'll notice is that Cat, he's not diving, but he's got no boost, and he might accidentally put SJT in a bad spot. But SJT forces a double commit, and that's a corner double commit. That's a bad one. Here's SJT. That's a good one. He finds Og. How are we here? Og, 4 in a row.
I think USC pulled up to this match and said, you know what, boys, let's give them a show week 1. Because that's what we're witnessing right now. Where was the team plays? Where has this connection been for 4 games, gentlemen? Answer me, riddle me that, please.
I'm seeing a whole lot of copium in chat. That's one thing that is not foreign to the SEL. If you're an FIU fan, I don't know what you can do here other than get active in chat and try and at least give the boys a little bit of hope, because Og is alive and well, and that is simply a different beast. But now Katz looking to show off what he can do. Fakes over 1, but Zernite is there to cut him off. That's a great 50. Og is beat though. Katz has to watch out. But once again, USC, they don't dive. They stay patient. They're gonna survive for now.
Am I seeing that you're being bribed in chat as well? You were talking about that. I see somebody offered you $10 for something. What's going on, TJ? Is that part of the SEL as well?
No, I might save that for later, because we are here in Game 5, and I obviously have a job to do, and I'm here for a reason, and that's to watch some good Rocket League. So no, I ain't being bribed. We're objective on the desk, and I just want to see some epic Game 5 plays. I want to see OT. I want to see no grabber. Zernite double this. Zernite will not find it. Og with a great save. Cass is going to touch this one down. Here comes SJT. A pinch will go flying, and it will push Odeko off for at least the next little few seconds, and that's a great play. USC are flipping the field wonderfully, but can they stay on it?
They have to at this moment, because right now FIU had time to get some boost, but they've wasted quite a bit of it. No grab, pass, shot, and Zernite. That right there is another way to answer back with a beautiful team play. FIU is right back in this game.
You would have thought that USC has a Trivago sponsorship, because they keep leaving their players on islands. They keep leaving them there, stranded by themselves. And that is just a terrible spot to be on. I'm not a sellout, chat, but USC is about to make FAU one. If they cannot find that touch, I thought USC was about to find another play here. Og fake jumps. He's going to force no grab out. Cat's up next. Shot on net. Zernite is in a very awkward spot, but he will get back to it without a problem. Now here comes Og off the corner. SJT, he's going to take it away from Og, and it's going to put the next player in an awkward spot. Og, though, without a problem, without any concern. He's already on the first ball. Katz is on the next. Off the corner. Odeko by himself. This ball will float to SJT, who's going to Og, who's going bottom corner. Almost an own goal, and somehow it's not anywhere near the net when it's all said and done. Katz, Zernite, backward, he puts it across. No grab. Name me one person who saves it across the net. FIU defying the odds here.
Your OT prediction is looking pretty likely if this is the defense level that we're going to see out of both squads. Defending absolutely insane and questionable. That pass was right out to SJT. The leading blocker. Og can't get the touch that they were looking for on the defender. They've got to keep the ball in the mid at the bare minimum to just defend well against this offense. They're trading possession back and forth. They're trying to go for those 1-2 quick looks, but the breakaway plays, I feel, is what OTs are going to need to just completely stop the stalemate.
Well, you want to know what I need? I need overtime, but we might not get it. Katz, he completely sends it flying off the corner of his car. 60 seconds left. That one's got to hurt, but you cannot worry
worry about it. The sting has to fade away because Sir Knight is already pushing your net, and Cat's recovering well. I want OT here in Game 5, but we might not get it. Once again, as this time, it's FIU trying to push to the USC side, but we are still playing ping pong in the middle of the field here.
I guess that's what it's going to turn into. It's just going to turn into boomer ball.
Uh-oh.
One team is going to get that breakaway possession. Odeco trying to get the development on that shot to happen. Unfortunately, didn't have the boost to commit to the play. SJT needs a clear. We got a demo in the corner. No grab on Cats. It's 2v3 for a quick moment. And here come the Panthers. They're stopped by USC for the moment, but no shot means no goal, means we still wait to see if this ball is going to drop at 0 seconds. If we have a team, but we don't. Sir Knight from the pass, off the ceiling, puts FIU in the lead, and right now, you've got USC in the hot seat. Can they tie it up?
Og, after completely icing the last 2 games, a backflip in the worst possible spot, in the worst position. Finally, we see a kickoff strat. It doesn't exactly go the way USC intended, but SJT, he's got to get over the rookie. He will beat Odeco. Here comes Cats. He's going backboard. It's going to be a great touch from No Grab. Cats misses. Og 50s. Is there a shot? Cats! It's backboard. No Grab on his lonesome. Og is going to go ahead and jump. That's all of his boost gone. Cats, no angle. Has to push it middle. It's going to stay up. Odeco will keep it up. Does he have another Sir Knight to end this once and for all? It'll stay up from Cats. We're off the corner. No Grab will fake. That will pinch down. Then we will finally see the ending. The ice on the field belongs to FIU. Game 5, no sweat here.
So you're telling me you weren't worried in the slightest the whole time, huh?
Oh, not at all. And I mean, hey, the chat predicted FIU. The chat predicted them. So obviously everybody's on the same page, right, guys? No problems here?
Yeah, no one was doubting that for any moment, right?
Yeah. I mean, my lord.
I don't know, TJ. You look like you're sweating a little bit.
Oh, no, this is just how I look on every SEL broadcast because that's what this league does to me. I'll be red within the next hour. Don't worry about it. But, wow, good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you're watching from. Welcome to the SEL. And in case you're not familiar with the league, you can expect a whole lot more of that. Holy, I cannot believe USC almost just did that. But USC of old does not win a game in that series versus USC of new. And they looked extremely impressive. And you can see it in the results here. Taquito, what a turnaround in game 3.
I mean, I think that right there was the biggest turnaround. And it showed us what an upgrade, no offense to any of the old players of USC, but what an upgrade SJT really is. Because right there, you guys are looking at that 4-3 result. That was SJT's breakout game. Game 1 and game 2, we saw a huge swing for Odeco, swinging in with the teammate Sir Knight. They kind of locked down the offense there in game 1 and 2. But SJT stepped up huge, facilitated the teammates into games 3 and 4. And we all just saw that heater of a game 5. It came down to 15 seconds to decide who was going to win this series. And if that ain't a way to kick off SEL in week number 1, I don't know what is.
In the words of former host Mr. Bepic, that was a absolute warm burner. And he's not dead, but he's not here. And his energy and the energy of the SEL continues to live on without a single relapse. I mean, I'm just so confused. I think USC must not have had a scrim beforehand because they didn't look ready for game 1, but every other game, they simply looked like a different team. And in game 3, I'm not going to say they got lucky, but they kind of got lucky here and to win that one and they continue on.
Yeah. They got that gift. Like I said, they got gifted by Sir Knight. That, I mean, why are you driving towards your net to block a ball that's bouncing directly into your car? Like, what was that?
So many moments in this series where you could point and say, what are you doing? But hey, like chat said, FIU have a really, really talented content creation program. And you know what? Game 5 to start the year, I'm sure the social media team loves that. My heart does not. And you'll see it on my face probably when we come back from a break. And when we do, it will be James Madison and East Tennessee State. A massive battle for power rankings and 2 teams who've got a lot to prove. We'll preview it all when we come back, and Sarah sends me that $10.
What the hell was that series?
What happened?
What the hell was that
What
series?
happened? Wait, what's the problem? siren in the first 30 to 40 minutes of the SCL. Taquito is here for his first time. I am your host, TJ, and what a mess it has been tonight.
It's been, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess I got to be janitor while I'm on the street to clean all this up because you did not preface, as you like to say, any of this going into the SCL, brother. You did not. You did not warn me at all that we were going to have potential reverse sweep in our first match and an absolute heater of a series to begin with. I mean, the teams that said it all, that all we needed to know. But now we've got an even bit honestly probably a better matchup. Two teams that I really do want to see, JMU and ETSU. Man, tell me about this. What do you think about this match?
Well, first of all, I want to remind you that you're on my stomping grounds. So it's preface. It's preface now. We're going to fix it now. It's preface. But yeah, let's talk about this. So Bepic mentioned this in person at Worlds. Whenever Skyline came up and talked about ETSU and them being ranked lower than what they wanted to be ranked. What Bepic said was, I got to see results. And that is exactly how I feel about ETSU. I know they're talented. I love Landon. I love Skyline. I met Adrift at DreamHack last year. This is a team that I want to root for, but I haven't seen them break out yet. And James Madison, Tyler, Gad, and Ability, it's going to be a very tough challenge, but I'm excited to see. But I think just for the heck of it, give me ETSU tonight.
Ooh.
Why not? Give me upset pick.
Yeah, okay. So if we didn't get the upset series 1, we get it in 2, right? Like that was the script?
Of course.
Okay. I cannot go against JMU. I've seen this team way too many times. The results that they've produced is insane. They remain at the top of multiple leagues all the time. And I finally get a chance to actually watch Tyler play the game. Missed my first opportunity, but I get this one. And I mean, Gad and Ability are just absolutely amazing. So again, we're going to split it because there's no way we're going one-sided on the desk for week 1 of SEL. No way.
I mean, who knows, right?
Exactly.
I know that JMU has family in the chat, and I want to pick JMU, but my heart has to go to ETSU because I want to see them win something so bad because they are so talented and they handle all the teams below them without a problem. But it's when they start punching up that they start slipping down the mountain.
It's what can you expect? You're punching up to a harder opponent. You've got to play better. That your opponent is forcing you to step up in the series. So of course, yeah, it's gonna look tough. But you are right. I have to give them their roses for what it's worth. This is a powerful 3-stack. I've definitely seen the team play, I mean, multiple times throughout the past CCS broadcasts I've been a part of. So I know they have the talent within them to win this series. But again, your opponent is Goliath, and in this battle, you are David. So is your sling going to contain the stone to knock the giant down? That is the question.
Yeah, and we could sit here and make analogies for days, for hours. I mean, at the end of the day, it's week 1, and there isn't a lot to lose. But this, for power rankings, and you're only in an 8-team pool, every match matters, especially when you are fighting a powerhouse like JMU. And I didn't get to see the exact seeding of this match, but I know that in my personal power rankings, I think I have both these teams top 8 in the entire SEL. So without further ado, we're going to let the teams get started. Match 1 went to 5, and it was completely unexpected. So get your predictions in chat. Go ahead and get that whole little 1 and 2 next to your name so that we know who you're rooting for. Because without further ado, it is time to bring you East Tennessee State versus the Dukes of James Madison. Let's hop into game 1.
5 minutes on the clock, baby. We got another series coming at you live. Like TJ has so graciously told you plenty of times, he is the host. My name is Taquito. We've been the voices kind of carrying you through the 2 series here in week 1 of SCL. And boy, do we need to get the action going. And I think this is an amazing way to do so. Like you said, ETSU looking to prove they have the ability to punch up, almost punch a goal into their own net, but they get it away. JMU proving that they still are a powerhouse squad at the top. 30 seconds past, no goals, all action.
JMU, a very familiar face, not only around the whole collegiate Rocket League kind of town per se, but also Tyler and Gad have been those guys for the last school year at the bare minimum. Now you look at Adrift, Landon, Skyline. Those are 3 players who sat on different teams, I believe different collegiate teams originally, and then have just recently came together. And we've seen what Growing Pains can do to a team regardless of talent because of how deep the collegiate scene goes. JMU, a perfect guard for the rabbit hole.
I have to agree. I mean, we saw the
Good morning.
defense right there. Yeah, we saw the defense right there. Hold strong for JMU, but ETSU is the team to strike first, and Skyline kicking us off with goal number 1. In a beautiful fashion as well. Team play, forcing the defense, awkward right there. Had to pick an option, and unfortunately, it was the wrong one.
I mean, just trying to go across the net is normally always a red flag, and unfortunately playing at this level, it just becomes even worse. But now this might be an opportunity. It's going to be Skyline misses. Gad's going to get a bottom corner to shoot at, but Adrift, the third man, coming out of nowhere to make that touch, but he does end up giving possession away. He landed no boost, and now we're already starting to see a common theme. The boost starving at this level, at Tier 1, it only gets worse, and the last match you watched was Tier 1, Pool 1. Now we are in Tier 1, Pool 2, and arguably the winners of both of those series can make some real runs to the top of their standings.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was
no.
a wonderful pass from Adrift. Let's take a look at the replay one more time. Look at the possession off the sidewall. Wonderful touch, plenty of power, plenty of speed, and all Skyline has to do is put it right on target. That's 2 up to the side of ETSU.
Uncharacteristic there from Tyler. That's somebody who's on my fantasy team in the Collegiate Conference Series, and so I like seeing him succeed, but this is the SEL, and we've seen teams play really well and then come play with the lights or when the lights are the brightest and completely get flustered. And both these schools and most of these players are brand new to what the SEL has to offer. So seeing those whiffs, seeing those misses, it seems like the league just continues to breed those efforts. But regardless, ETSU, you have to be happy with it as you're up 2 off with 2 Skyline goals. And there might be a third. Landon bottom
Oh.
left, double
Oh.
ability. What a save!
Okay, so now the defense is back to standing pretty tall against ETSU. That could have been disastrous. Skyline trying to find an awkward touchdown. Gad gets that one away. Tries to get it off the sidewall, but Adrift will put it mid. Tyler, no boost, down to Ability, who tries to lob one up towards the net. Unfortunately, won't be able to find it. Be up to ETSU to get it past mid. They do so only briefly. Gad looks for a chance, but Landon will absolutely deny the double.
Landon also has more in the tank. Compared to the lobby that we just witnessed with 2 rookies and what was kind of a mess of a game 3, 4, and 5, I fully expect every game to be an absolute dogfight. No pun intended, obviously, with James Madison, but they're finally going to find their first goal. Welcome to the SEL, Gad.
Tough position to be in. JMU kind of putting ETSU in the same position they were on that second goal. And you can see the fact that no boost. We talked about it. We've seen more boost in this lobby, however, than we did in the first. But that was a perfect example of just not using the tools you have at your disposal to the best of your abilities. Unfortunately, they give up 1 here, but they're still in the lead by that 1 goal.
Whoa.
2 is the goal line here to beat. Can JMU at
my
least
God.
tie? And no, they cannot. Pressure is what is going to crack.
And again, it's another uncharacteristic miss from not only Tyler, but Gad as well off his back foot, trying to make a adjustment. And I laugh at this because I love the families of Collegiate Rocket League. I think Gad's entire family and probably some friends on some troll accounts are probably all hanging out in this, trying to support the JMU boys, but they got to change a lot here if this is anything of what's to come in Game 2. Oh my,
Oh, what?
add another. Why not?
What happened here? Was that ability? No, wait, yeah, it was.
Well, nobody
Not
was
even-
ready, and Landon just is simply the faster player. Bottom left, why not?
That's tough. Again, these uncharacteristic misses that we are seeing here from JMU, this is really strange. Their defense is one to be talked about throughout these collegiate scenes, so I'm just genuinely shocked that we're seeing 4 being given up right now. But again, it's game 1. Maybe the nerves are high. It's just the beginning of the series. Obviously, if you want to give up a game, it's probably the first game of the series, but you don't want to give it up by a score line of 3. You want to make it at least a little closer than that.
That shot going top right, another miss, but I can't tell if Tyler meant to leave that or not because he does have the boost to follow. He does also dunk a drift. So regardless, a great decision. Skyline, though, looking middle, but now Gad, he's got 1, he's got 2. He tries to get under 1, but down 3. You have to do a little more than that. A drift's going to bump ability out of the way. And now Landon going to kind of just dribble this one down and just milk every last second of this game 1.
Oh my. This is not the result I expected, I'll be honest, but then again, we watched last series and the first opponent got completely shut out. So,
SEL.
yeah, exactly. 4-1 scoreline here. The 3-goal differential, call it 4. With 13 seconds left, you are right, TJ. This really is a welcoming series to the SEL.
I laugh because I am so blessed and lucky to be back in my hosting desk or hosting spot for another semester, but I also forgot just how diabolical this game is, regardless of when you add the likes of the SEL and the scripts that seem to come out of this league. So somehow, some way, I think to everyone's surprise, ETSU not here to mess around. 5-1, Landon Touch will hit the ground, and both teams are welcomed. One is warm and one is ice cold. ETSU on the positive side of this one.
Again, if you're gonna give up a game, I think the biggest game to give up would be game 1. This allows JMU to shake off the rust, talk amongst themselves for the few seconds that they will get here between matches, and to figure out what the mistakes that they made were and how to negate them moving forward. I do think that JMU I think they're going to come out different. I hope they come out different in game 2. But as for right now, ETSU looking top form.
Look, ETSU and USC, both schools that I have a lot of heart in because I love those guys. But they've always, and ETSU just started. USC's always had this problem. But both teams have been such talented players, but then when you mesh them together, something is missing. And with ETSU, in every single Mr. Bepic show match or tournament that I've watched them play in, I've seen that missing. I've seen an aspect of that team just simply not ready to show up whenever the lights are the brightest. And now, this is an ETSU team that I can get behind, and I still stand on my prediction. No changes here. Let's see what Forbidden Temple has to offer.
It's a beautiful scenery, number 1, and a game 2, number 2. We've got to see what is brought to the table through that break between the first and second games, and I hope that JMU had a nice talk amongst themselves, the leader of the squad, leading the team to, maybe that one last hurrah type speech to get it together. 20 seconds in, we see a nice demo, a good attempt towards the JMU net. Nothing going in, but that doesn't mean that ETSU is going to give up because the pressure is mounting.
Tyler, though, trying to slow things down. I think if you're JMU, that's got to be your absolute first priority is ETSU just simply kind of outpaced you in a few moments. Like, Landon literally had a redirect down the middle of the pitch that just straight up went bottom left last game. And it's plays like that at this level, at the top of Tier 1, where your team is projected to be, you can't let that happen. And now that's a very awkward touch for ability. Landon pinching, but nobody's there. JMU, once again, like I said, they got to slow this game down.
I think they're doing well to do so. The possession looks a lot tighter, closer to the chest, if you will, for the JMU squad. Gad is pulling some pit maneuvers, trying to break the axles of the opponent, and it does well enough to at least keep them possession in the blue for now, but unfortunately they aren't able to score off of that. That looked really, really well for the Dukes on that attacking motion.
I mean, I drifted a really good job, too, because with no boost, he stalled out. He had no boost, and he let this opportunity in the midfield to develop, and Tyler will take it off of Gad's drop down. 1v1. Unfortunately for Skyline, goodbye for now. He goes flying off our screens. That first goal goes in.
JMU answered back. I mean, what was game 1? A 4-goal differential. It was 5-1 when it ended. JMU scoring first here in this game is great. That's really awkward right there, but they're all able to keep it out. Transition begins here. Tyler with little boost is trying to get ahead of the ball, can't get the touch out of the corner. You saw ability waiting, unable to actually put that passing play together. Gad looking for a side wall double, can't find it, but instead they keep it in the mid and try to fend off any scoring opportunity, and that right there is how you do it.
You know, high-level Rocket League gets to a point that you can't really tell what's new, what's not. How about Tyler head-bumping the wall at, you know, 1,000,000 miles an hour and somehow being placed exactly where he needs to be for that 50? Wide open bottom corner. JMU is back where they're projected to be in the lead.
Talent. You ask how he did it? Pure talent.
Yep,
That's what Tyler
and a
is.
thick skull. Oh, speaking of thick skull, what is the third man doing? Ability trying to find space there as third man, trying to stay in position. Unfortunately, might just give ETSU a chance here. Landon ducking over one off the corner. It does not go in. ETSU, they're fighting.
I think fighting's an understatement. They are absolutely trying to beat their opponents down, break them down. Landon with the back wall pass forces the third defender to bite on the challenge. The misread there will leave the net wide open, and all Adrift has to do is clean it up. They're on the board for game 2.
ETSU, welcome back. They started this series off, and they started their SCL careers off very, very strong. Skyline is not exactly a rookie to the SCL. He's been around the block. He's had some really tough games. Formerly playing on a Cumberland roster that made a top 4 run, I believe, last school year. And he's been talented. His teammates talented. All 3 of them are at different schools. And kind of like the breakup of the Miami Heat, you wonder, is this the player who's going to do the best after they all kind of break down a super team and you form another one? And as I mentioned him, he is used to the spotlight, he's used to the moment, and it's 2-2.
What a change-up. Look at the sweep on the back line as well, mixing up the defenders. And that just soft little touch to the opposite corner. Gad was unfortunately flopping around, couldn't get the wheels on the ground in time. That was an excellent capitalization right there by ETSU. But look at JMU right back into it. Ability underneath the crossbar. They said, man, I hope you like tying it because we're back in the league.
This is what I expect out of somebody like Tyler, who has led the way in JMU's history. You can look at almost any stat sheet. He normally tends to lead the way on offense. Goals and assists, he's your guy. And right there, he not only gets the perfect read off the kickoff, he finds a perfect backboard touch. And now Skyline, is he looking to find the backboard in form of a demo or a bump? And it'll be neither. Gad, though, dusted by Adrift. Adrift taking his time, looking for a teammate. Nobody's close. Now Tyler, as I mentioned him leading the offense, he's going to find the orange corner. An ability off the backboard. Gad is beat. Tyler by himself. It's going to be a fake from Skyline. That's exactly what Tyler wanted. What a redirect. Bottom right. It's going to go off the side. But wow, JMU fighting back here.
On me, that might have been shot of the entire night had Gad hit that. That redirect was so clean. Unfortunately missed it a little wide. Adrift now. Opportunity, ability with the challenge. A double commit with 3 people moving back to the net. JMU, guys, you've got to reorientate yourselves. Tyler gets the save there, keeping it alive, but with 66 seconds left on the clock, it is still ETSU knocking at the door, trying to be let in.
What a crazy goal line save, who I believe was Tyler, and now look at him already leading. Tyler definitely has been the standout this match, but what's so great about this JMU roster, and really about both these rosters, is that whenever you can call on any player at any time, normally you can count on them, but we see 2 crazy misses from JMU. Ability is dusted. Adrift is also dusted, but Tyler's touch is awkward. Gad is not going to be dumped, but he will be bumped. Skyline double not coming through. Wide open net. We're back to SCL Rocket League. It might as well be Champ League because that net's wide open.
That, I respect it from ETSU. The pressure was building. They had the opportunity to crack through the defense. That challenge right there at about the final third is what mixed up their entire rotation, left the backfield wide open. And when your opponent is somebody like JMU, I'm sorry guys, they're not going to miss that. They're up by 2 now, less than 30 seconds. It looks like Forbidden Temple is the Duke's map, so it looks like we will move into game 3 with a tied series.
I mean, hey, there's a triple commit. Seconds left. I mean, I've seen crazier things on this stream. Landon has a chance to put one middle. He will try to double, but that's ability. Using the big body Fennec in the gym to make sure that he just completely controls the pace. Wait a minute! Is there time on the clock? I've seen crazier things, Taquito!
Bro, are they complexity? Can they do it? Can they do the 0-second kickoff? You think
know
you
what?
think they got it in them like that?
I think both teams pull a kickoff strat right here. Let's place our bets here. Let's see what happens. Do we see a normal kickoff? Gad,
Yes.
are you kidding me? I can't take this league. What? ETSU just decides that a fake with 1 second is gonna work?
Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, look, game is game, but not when it's, I don't want to say stupid, but not correct.
Oh man.
Not correct?
The
Look,
shade.
I'm not going to throw shade. I love everybody in this lobby equally. But, like, you know what? We're going to skip past it. ETSU shouldn't have even been in the situation to win that game. JMU does deserve it. I'm just a little surprised. But what I'm not shocked to see is Tyler filling up the stat sheet across the board, ability being the benefactor of all his efforts, scoring 3 goals. And ETSU not too far behind in terms of shots, but they haven't looked too, again, I'm going to say this word again because the USC and ETSU remind me of each other. They mess up in the midfield. They don't find passes. Congealed is the only word that comes to mind. They have to find each other a little more often. ETSU does a better job at that than USC, but they still seem to struggle as we enter Driftwoods here, Takeda.
You know, you could say congealed. Could we maybe throw the word cohesive?
Let's throw
in
cohesive in there.
Because I think that cohesion is something that is missing from ETSU, not as consistently as it was from USC. I mean, the first almost 3 complete games, USC did not look like a cohesive unit. Here in this series so far, ETSU has looked very put together. And I think that's the big difference maker between both those teams. Tyler does grab that mid boost. Skyline trying to defend, needs to employ Landon's help. They get a chance to move forward. Ability bites on the play. Landon out to the mid Skyline. You have got to nail those passing opportunities because the net was wide open for a shot.
Landon just trying to keep pressure on. Gad is off the ceiling. Tyler is jumping. It's another triple commit. And ETSU was the team that I thought was struggling, but I've seen a few double commits at JMU now on their defensive half. Very awkward. That's a drift pass too. But once again, JMU can mess up, and it doesn't really seem to hurt them as ETSU hasn't punished. Landon, an absolute dot to the wrong car. Tyler, off his teammate's pass, looking for Gad, but Gad's got time, and Gad's got a pass, and ability has the ability to find a shot on the net. Adrift has enough boost to work over 1. Does he have another touch in the tank? He's going to try and play off his teammate's bump. That's a great flick. Gad out of left field, making a diving save at that. And now ability awkward. It's still chaos. Players are whipping. We're still 0-0. This shot is not good enough. JMU stays alive through all of it.
Oh, Gad needs to get one more. He does. What?
Look at
Gad
him.
Dude, I'm saying Gad is putting so much of the team on his back on defense right now, allowing Tyler an ability to work up in front as the first and second man. And this has kept them scoreless on the side of ETSU through a minute and a half, and it is nothing but another day in the office for the JMU boys right now. But unfortunately, their offense has not been able to put a decent-looking shot together for the time being.
These teams are starting to get comfortable as that pinch almost comes out for JMU. And now here comes a passing play. Tyler, though, almost frees it. Will force an early touch. Now a drift with no boost. I guess just trying to be a body in the way. An ability, trying to do the same thing, but that 50 won't come through. Tyler, awkward. He'll let Gad go. Adrift and Landon both up. Landon has the backflip. Now Gad has another passing opportunity, but once again, this series has been pure chaos. And I think both teams, you know, they're starting to get comfortable, but I think they're starting to slow down here as we're tied.
You got to. Right now, the speed obviously isn't what is winning you the game. It's those expert placements, those passes that we were seeing in game number 2 from JMU. That was what was netting them some mileage on the play. They did get some breakaway opportunities like one we're witnessing here, but they were doing a lot more with it. They had a lot more opportunities on offense. ETSU has 100% been shutting them down. A lot more pre-jumps and challenges that we are seeing out from the blue side.
Something tells me that with the division of tiers in SCL, we're going to start falling into something I'm going to coin a tier 1 slumber. Both teams are so good in a league like this, in a tier like this, that it's just a matter of who's going to make the first mistake. And we can sit in the midfield for another few minutes, but as I say it, good morning! Skyline is an alarm clock here with the first goal of this game.
Let me get a little hashtag PFG in the chat. Pre-flip game. Look at that. Skyline just throwing his car at it. Had a chance. Almost missed. But instead it slid right underneath the crossbar. So JMU has to answer back. Gad, not enough juice on the flip reset. Isn't able to find the shot. He could have looked good on kickoff, but unfortunately wasn't able to put that one together. That's a pass out mid. That's going to be denied. Landed jumps. These are the Skyline. Good send downfield. It's a clear that honestly ETSU need, but they're going to have to put this together. Ability sets up a double. Skyline trying to shoot one home, but is going to miss that opportunity.
All right, this is where things start to get messy out of this whole Tier 1 mess, is that both teams will sit here. They'll try to find the first goal, but now it's full steam ahead! And this is too predictable, but I cannot tell who's going to win this. Ability finds the tying goal for now.
Ability didn't need anything. He needed himself. That was a solo play. Gad was mixing up in the mid. Tyler was doing whatever off to the right side, and Ability was like, well, I guess if you guys are paying attention to them, don't mind if I do. Tie game going into the final 60 seconds here as the clock will let us know here in just a moment, but I think ETSU defensively have looked amazing this specific game, and I can't wait to see more throughout the series.
I would love to see another overtime. I believe that we only got one last series, so to get
Correct.
at least one in this game, you know, it'd be nice. I won't complain. And Driftwoods has been a map that has given us some great games to kick off the SCL season. I mean, that USC Game 3 was pretty magical, and I would hope that we're not going to see a kind of crucial whiff come out, but as I say that, Gad dives, a drift backboard, Tyler awkward, that shot is pushed high, and a crucial whiff from Landon. 30 seconds left, ETSU's gonna pass it middle, but that's to the wrong team. Skyline, it's a very, very heavy ball. Gad, a very heavy, strong arm, right side, bang, to go up 2-1.
My heart breaks for ETSU. Poor at drift, stuck backwards, stuck awkward on the goal line, little boost, couldn't do much with it to turn around and try to actually defend that well. JMU, strike while the iron is hot, good demo. Skyline off the ceiling, probably needs a flip reset, can't get to it in time. A drift, back down to Landon, Skies one up, Skyline in the net, trying to play the disruptor. They don't have very many more opportunities, but with the ball on the ground, they will not be able to capitalize at 0 seconds. JMU swing the momentum in their direction with 2 wins in a row.
All right, well, a snooze fest of the first 3 minutes turns into a revolving door of just chaos for the last few minutes there, as I don't understand, the fact that ETSU scored first, because they did have more shots that game, but JMU's attacks looked better in my opinion. And then when they did score first, JMU finally said, okay, here's the kitchen sink, see what you can do with it. And they not only find one, but they find two off some pretty solid plays. You know, I don't really know what to expect anymore, because there was a lot of whiffs in every game so far, but you know, sometimes it's not about how well you're playing. It's about, can you navigate through whatever you're dealing with? And JMU, a team that needs no introduction to that concept, they've been in the scene, and they continue to show their presence here, going up 2-1 in the series.
And again, like I said, I think ETSU's defense looked immaculate that game. I mean, granted, they gave up 2, but the way they were controlling the pitch from their side, their transitional opportunities moving into offense looked amazing. I think that just a little bit more, like we want to bring up, they congeal a little more. They get a little more cohesive, rotating from defense to offense. I think it's a completely different game.
Well, JMU looking to conceal the series and try and get out of here. And try and get out of here. Tyler looking to read off the ceiling, and that's another double commit. ETSU, the team that is kind of victimized by it this time, but both teams, again, like I mentioned, they've continued to really struggle here. Surprisingly, a Skyline left by himself on an island. But he's going to be all right. He's got plenty of boost to work with, and he's surviving for now, trying to find a teammate. Landon side flips, so a drift up next.
Good send towards the net right there for ETSU. Kind of test the defense early on, especially after a loss. You know, put that front foot forward. As long as you can get a good look at the net, you can kind of pressure that defense. Something might come of it, because eventually it has to. But right now, ETSU are testing the waters as much as they can. That was a good cut from Skyline. but I think he was a little too far away from the opportunity to affect the play. Now they have to move from their own back line once again, and it's their opponents in JMU approaching with ferocity.
One thing I want to mention in this first minute is JMU is playing very conservative. I have not seen them start diving yet. I've seen a lot of players wait. It's normally the third man who has to go. They're not concerned. They know they have the lead, and they know that the only team with something to lose is ETSU. And once again, that fake under one is going to go right to the third man. But wait a minute, there's one dive, a drift, looking, Skyline! What a fake! And Skyline, what a shot, bottom left.
If you got to open it up one way, that's the way to do it. Right there, ETSU looking immaculate for their first goal here. This is a game that's all important. They're going to need to win this one. We got to see 2 game 5s in a row, TJ. If we're going to open up with one, we got to get the second.
I mean, I don't know if I can take that, and I don't know if chat can take it either, given the fact that JMU's pretty much entire family tree is sitting in the Twitch chat. And, you know, I'm kind of rocking with them. I do want to see an ETSU win, but the fact they lost game 3 and whatever that game was, now I'm like, you know what? I'd be okay with getting off of work early. But JMU, they share the same philosophy, and Gad trying to do that. He's looking for a teammate. Ability jumps preemptively, and it's a little too soon. It's going to give Landon a chance to get out of this half. Oh, wait, it's open.
Ooh, that whiff could have been. Okay, it doesn't matter. They get it anyways, but come on, TJ. That whiff. That goal, look at this in the replay. Skyline gets that redirect would have been electric. Regardless, Landon does get the goal. They go up by 2. 3 whole minutes are left in this game for the Dukes to come back. That's a lot of time for them to put to work.
It's too much time, and Rocket League is a game that can switch so quick, and the way this series has been, you would have thought that it was a 1 series. Because it's a lot of goals, a lot of action, and a lot of momentum swings too. But now here comes JMU!
What?
Good morning once again. JMU's back in this one.
There was 2 people right there. Ability threaded the needle. There's 1 and 2 in Skyline sitting completely still right there in the net. That's tough. No momentum for the stretch on the defensive block, and the Dukes are back in the game.
Welcome to Tier 1. These are the best of the best that this league has to offer after a 64-team qualifier. Every team that you see, at least tonight that you've seen, earn their spot either through uppers or through losers. Both of these teams, I believe, doing so through uppers. And this right here is the matchup that we expected it to be. But now ETSU, they're looking to push it to 5. JMU, double commit. Nobody is there. That one hurts for ETSU.
You gotta punish. Someone's got to see the playthrough. Tyler trying to collect the boost right now, low in the tank, but is able to push it downfield. Excellent challenge. Pass opportunity, in deflected right there by Skyline, but now they've got a wide open field to play with. Tyler gets there in time, wins the foot race. That's not the pass you want, but Landon can't capitalize on the open net, so now it's JMU's turn to strike.
JMU, they're looking for that bottom left corner. It's been really nice to him this series, and especially in this game. Tyler off the ceiling, gets bumped up there and almost finds more, but will not. It's going to be an awkward play. Ability leaves it for Gad. Landon keeping the pressure on. ETSU, a team with arguably more mechanical pop-off presence than this JMU side, and you're starting to see it as they individually are controlling the pace. Skyline faking a drift, not able to get a beat. Now Tyler's got some room to work with, but once again, out of left field, ETSU is on the ball. Gaddis to watch out. He's got 2 ETSU players below him, and Ability just has to try and stall some time. This ball sits middle, and now 60 seconds stand between us and our second game 5 of the row, or of the season in a row.
Hey, man. Like I said, I'm here for it. We got a content farm, baby. Y'all thought SCL was good last season. No, this is a new season. We got to do it bigger and better right here. That's why we're giving you the best matches we possibly can right off rip. Isn't this a wonderful night so far, my friend? Isn't this exactly what you wanted?
I mean, as a employee and as a host, yes, I'm here for it. As the actual caster who has to try and talk tomorrow in my classes after this, probably not. But I'm here to have a good time tonight. I got my homework done.
And now it's time to see which team's been preparing harder. Because so far, they've looked dead even. And at this point, I don't know who I would give the straight A performance to. But so far, ETSU, they're looking to gain that in the last seconds. They're looking to try and close this one out. That's Landon over one. Gad up next. Ability looking to bump. Ability, I don't think he meant to do that at all. That pass goes flying. And without further ado, let's see Champions Field once again.
You know, Ability was trying to knock that straight down into the pitch.
He was looking to miss.
I don't think he did either. That was tough. Ability was looking to set up that pass. They were right on the net. Pressure was immaculate from the Dukes, and unfortunately couldn't put it together there in the last moments. So, Game 5, everybody. We are here once again. The lights will shine bright on Champions Field, and one person goes home the victor here in this match. And one person's got to go hit the books. They've got to do their homework, as TJ so eloquently said that he has finished his. So let's see who gets sent to school.
Is it student or is it athlete first? For players of this caliber, they have somehow managed to find the meeting ground and really the harmony between balancing both a school career, getting their degree, while also schooling kids in car soccer. But what do you train for? You look for those moments when the lights are the brightest, and even though we are so early in the season, every game matters. We're here once again. Welcome back to Champions Field and to the SEL.
I'm glad we're back, honestly. This is what I wanted, man. My opening match to the SEL, and we get 10 games. We get the most possible games we have available to us. It is a wonderful sight to see. But of course, if you're a fan of either squad, it is not a wonderful sight to see. You want the series to be done and dusted. But ETSU proving that they are not down and out against this JMU squad. They're firing on all cylinders, and Skyline is unable to get a goal in the first 30 seconds.
I will say Ability is a player that I'm fairly unfamiliar with. I'm aware of what JMU is capable of, but I've heard way more about Gad and Tyler. But Ability is playing a pretty critical role so far for this JMU side, and so far, so good. They've had some great opportunities, but now here comes ETSU, a team that has really high peaks and has some really awkward lows, and that one isn't a low, but it's a pretty dang close opportunity. Landon somehow just stares at the offense, sorry, of JMU, and it's not gonna matter, but a drift whiffs. It's gonna be Gad giving possession. Landon top left. Here we go. Game 5. What more will it provide?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a question of Game 5 or the woodwork. The woodwork coming in strong there for JMU. Ability skies one to the back wall, but Skyline is going to take it away, at least for the moment. Challenging the opposing member. Landon has to come off the back wall. Tyler needs a bit of possession. He's unable to collect it, but finally gets it back in his hands. One to beat in the back. Tries to throw a fake. Gad is there from the cross-field cut, trying to stop the opposing offense from pushing forward. Does so well enough, but how long will it be before the ball sees the blue again?
When ETSU finds the lead, their ability to control the pace individually, like I mentioned last game, is very incredible. So if you're JMU, I don't see how you can let that first goal be in your net. And they have been aggressive, but they've also managed to balance it with some smart plays in the midfield, as we have seen countless 50s. Now ETSU making a smart play of their own, keeping possession. Skyline looking for a bump. Tyler off the ceiling. He can't get back to it, but he barely gets a touch, but it doesn't really help his teammate. That's a very awkward dive for JMU. And ETSU has some room.
Touch here from Skyline. Capitalizes on that second touch. Unfortunately, no boost to get back to it. It did look dangerous, but thank the lucky stars on the side of JMU. Your opponents didn't have anything else in the tank to actually keep going. Now you have a chance at pressure. Skyline denying that, grabs a full tank, is able to work, but unfortunately they're still stuck at their defensive line.
I'm starting to see a little bit of panic come out, and as I say that, one player goes flying, one flick goes to the wayside, 150 is taken poorly. This is not the stage, and this is not the time for you to start messing up. Landon's aware of that. He'll find the backboard. Skyline doesn't hit it at all. It's a complete misread from him, and it's a very hard play to make, but at this level, you would have loved to see that one go in.
100% would have loved to see it go in. No way, it's cleared all. Okay, I couldn't see
Richard
Skyline, but I was about to say, like, no way that anticlimactic goal is the way we kick off Game 5. We remain 0-0, scoreless completely. Almost 4 complete minutes of regulation gone by. Tyler to the back wall is going to wait for it as 3 rotate in the way. Gad looking for something out of the corner, needs a double, won't find it, Landon denies. Tyler almost pulled completely out of position, but JMU and the Dukes set up to go again.
Last game I mentioned that once we see the first goal go in, it's chaos from there. But what happens when we don't see a goal? No way! The caster curse is back! I am so sorry! ETSU finds the lead.
That stinks. Ability was only rotating because he thought the teammates had it completely in possession and completely taken care of, but sadly they don't. 61 seconds to find out if the Dukes can beat ETSU. You talked about how they've come up short several times. That bump at the back line's good. Ability, no boost. Skyline off the back wall. Adrift, couldn't commit with no boost in the tank. Skyline back. The team is working together to try to knock on that door, but they are seemingly not let in. There it is, though. Off the rotation, completely pressuring that defense, and unfortunately the Dukes let it open.
It's a great call from Adrift. And JMU, I believe that we just saw 3 double commits in the span of 30 seconds. I mean, it is absolutely diabolical to try and pull that out with that level of pressure, and also without a goal being scored on your head, as that strong kickoff is also going to kind of end up as a double because Gad is now all by himself and he's beat. ETSU looking to get a not only major win, but their first win, I believe, of the SEL season against a very tough and admirable opponent. But now JMU, they're fighting tooth and nail. They don't want to see a loss in the column there, but now that one will not go in. Landon looking for a dagger. He'll stall out a few seconds. Ability, he misses. This shot is going to just be kind of thrown. Adrift just has to touch it. That he will. And ETSU, this is the team I've been waiting to see. And that is a massive win. Game 5 victory for the Buccaneers.
I'm kind of speechless.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I knew ETSU was good, right? I knew they were good. They look great. Screw good. They look amazing. That game 5 was just perfect. They absolutely shut JMU down. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I mean, look, unfortunately, for those of you in chat, if you're used to this last year, then things don't change. DJ TJ continues to no ball. I continue to beat the Bepic allegations of predictions. Look, all I'm saying is that Bepic's prediction record is in the gutter, and I start the season 2-0. So, game is game.
Right,
I know ETSU's got my back, and they got each other's backs as well. Also, massive shout out to the support from the JMU fans here in chat. We have sat around 50 viewers for now 2 complete hours. And so massive shout out to Gad's family for coming in. We got a lot of love for y'all, and we hope to see y'all again. So without further ado, let's look at this series real quick, and then we'll kind of wrap things up for the night. This is really the main event of Tier 1 that we could find for tonight, and I am so happy we got to see this one play out, Takeda.
Me too, man. I just, again, guys, look at the numbers on the screen. This is, if this doesn't prove to you how closely rated these teams are, not even from this series specifically, but the first series we had, we see a same game count all the way to game 5. Game 1, absolute blowout. Didn't even look close. We go through the series. Things start to get a little more hairy. And then finally you get to the game 5. And yeah, that result is 2-0, but that does not tell the story of what happened between these two teams. ETSU performed tonight. Both teams, yes, made their mistakes. Both teams, it looked a little shaky at times, but got to give the shouts to the better team tonight. But it's the same phrase that we always say, right, TJ? It's whoever shows up on the day.
Yeah, SEL is it's not a battle, it is a war. You play 2 games every week, and to be in a pool of 8 other extremely high-level teams in this league, you just kind of have to bite the bullet here, take this one on the chin, And it's kind of unfortunate, and that's the way it played out. But we got some great games tonight. I believe we probably saw like 4 or 5 total like 1 goal games, maybe even 6 or 7
yeah.
actually. I think
Oh
like
yeah.
6 or 7. So it just was an absolute pleasure. I'm so happy that the SCL is back. And Taquito, it's your first time here on the desk, and give me your total opinions of what the Southeastern Esports League has been here in week 1.
Unforgettable at this point with the way these teams have played. I'm gonna remember this for a while. That was a way to enter, and like my entrance to this league is insane. I had two teams that 100% should have won, in my opinion, if you take the rankings, if you take the standards, and they were pushed to their limits. FIU, I don't think, like you said, with that roster they had, should have had any problems with USC, and yet again, they barely squeezed out a win. JMU should, by standards, shouldn't have had a problem with ETSU, and they had to fight tooth and nail through a 5-game series, which unfortunately resulted in a loss for them to a team who usually is lower ranked. So, I mean, it's just a shock. It's surprise. We saw excellent gameplay. We saw some flubs, but hey, that's Rocket League, baby, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah. I mean, expect the unexpected is the only part of this league that is simple to say and describe. Because every game that I've watched in this league, every series that I have witnessed, every watch party I've been a part of, this league delivers storylines and creates scripts out of thin air that I don't think even the best writers across the world could dream up. And I couldn't have dreamed of really having a better lineup top to bottom of games tonight. And Taquito, we really appreciate you coming on this week. And we do hope, and I believe we will be seeing you very soon. But dude, if you want to say any final words before I take us out, go for it.
Just shout out you guys, man. Shout out keeping the collegiate scene alive in all kinds of facets. We shouted out CCS a little bit. We got that announcement at Worlds. CRL is back. I mean, it's just the best way to keep it going. And there are plenty of talented players who aren't getting a chance to shine because of it. And you guys are giving them that space to do so. So big shout out to SCL, man. And thank you guys for letting me on.
Yeah, big shout out to the staff. This has been Taquito. We have X behind the scenes as our main producer. Big shout out to Fred, the man behind the entire show, keeping the entire league together. But without further ado, we unfortunately do have to go at some point. So big congrats to the teams that won tonight. It has been absolutely chaotic. This has been the Southeastern Esports League, and I've been DJ TJ. We'll see you next week.